Welcome to The Explainer. The Hyundai IONIQ 5 has already won a ton of awards. It's one of the most celebrated EVs out there. But for 2025, it's getting some serious upgrades. So what's actually new? What's better? And does it really push the boundaries of what an EV can do? Let's break it down. You know, the IONIQ 5 is no stranger to the spotlight. I mean, it didn't just win some minor award. It took home the title of World Car of the Year. That is a massive deal for any car, let alone a relatively new electric vehicle. But here's the thing. For 2025, Hyundai isn't just sitting back and admiring the trophy. Nope. They are diving headfirst into solving the big practical problems that people actually worry about with EVs. We're talking range anxiety, charging headaches, and even what you can do with the car when it's just sitting in your driveway.
Okay, so first up, what's new for 2025? Let's do a quick flyby of the biggest changes.
The list is pretty impressive. You've got a bigger battery option for more range, a brand new rugged XRT trim for adventures, and, get this, for all the current owners out there, a rear wiper is finally standard. Thank you. Added native access to Tesla superchargers and a quieter ride, and, well, you've got a really compelling package here. All right, let's talk about the big stuff. Range and charging. This is really where Hyundai is trying to put those classic EV worries to bed. The headline news is definitely the new, larger 84 kilowatt-hour battery. With that, the long-range, rear-wheel drive model is now estimated to hit 318 miles. That's a really solid number. It's that sweet spot that gives you confidence for not just your daily commute, but for those longer road trips too. And here's the magic. The secret sauce is the IONIQ 5's 800-volt architecture. If you find a powerful DC fast charger, you can juice up from 10% to 80% in just 18 minutes. I mean, think about that. That's a huge chunk of range in basically the time it takes to run inside, grab a coffee, and use the restroom. Now this is a total game changer for road trips. For 2025, the IONIQ 5 has the Tesla-style NACS port built right in. That means no more fumbling with clunky adapters. You just pull up to a Tesla supercharger, plug in, and you're good to go. It instantly adds over 17,000 reliable, fast chargers to your map. And what's great is that these improvements aren't just for the top-of-the-line model. You can see it right here. Even the standard range version gets a bigger battery, and that pushes its range up by a solid 25 miles. So no matter which one you choose, you're getting a more capable car.
Okay, let's switch gears and talk about something brand new, the XRT trim. Hyundai is definitely leaning into the whole adventure trend, getting the IONIQ 5 ready for roads that aren't perfectly paved.
The most obvious change here is the car's stance. The XRT gets a suspension lift, raising its ground clearance to a much more capable 7 inches. Now, an extra inch might not sound like a lot, but trust me, it can make all the difference on a rough dirt road or in deep snow. But hey, the XRT is way more than just a lift. It's a whole package. It comes standard with all-wheel drive, grippy all-terrain tires, more aggressive-looking bumpers, and that rugged body cladding. It doesn't just look the part, it adds real capability. So looking adventurous is cool and all, but for most of us, the real question is, how does it hold up as a safe, practical, everyday car? Well, it turns out it performs extremely well. On the safety front, the 2025 IONIQ 5 earns the highest possible rating you can get from the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, the coveted Top Safety Pick Plus. That's the gold standard, and it gets that award by acing all the really tough crash tests. We're talking about the difficult small overlap front test, and even the newer, more severe side impact test, which simulates getting hit by a heavier SUV at a higher speed. Now let's talk practicality. Forget cubic feet for a minute, let's talk about space you can actually use. With the back seats up, you've got a solid 39 inches of floor depth in the trunk. That is plenty of room for a big grocery run, luggage, you name it. But then you fold those seats down and the space just becomes massive. You get a full 72 inches of length down the middle. That's 6 feet. You can make some serious runs to the hardware store, or you could even throw an air mattress back there and go camping. And for long-term peace of mind, you've got the warranty. The numbers you really need to see are these. 10 years or 100,000 miles of coverage on the 2 most expensive components, the powertrain and the battery itself. For anyone a little nervous about long-term battery life, that right there is a huge confidence booster. Okay, now for what might just be the IONIQ 5's coolest, most underrated feature. This is something that transforms it from just a car into a seriously powerful tool. It's called Vehicle to Load, or V2L. And what it means is you can use a simple adapter that plugs right into the charge port and pull power directly from the car's massive battery. You basically turn your car into a giant, silent, mobile power bank. And to really get how big a deal this is, you have to hear from someone who actually used it. This is a quote from a Reddit user during Hurricane Beryl. Just imagine, while their neighbors were scrambling to find gas for loud, smelly generators, this person was just quietly powering their house with their car. The details here are just incredible. They ran their refrigerator, an extra freezer, and multiple fans continuously for a full 24 hours. And get this, it only used 10% of the car's battery. Just 10%. Think about that. They could have kept their essentials running for another 4, maybe 5 days. That's real resilience. So when you put it all together, the extra range, the easier charging, the added practicality, and that unbelievable V2L technology, the 2025 IONIQ 5 is so much more than just an update. It's an evolution of what a car can even be for us. And that leaves us with a pretty big question to think about. As our cars become these mobile power stations, what else will they become? How is our whole relationship with our vehicles going to change when they can do so much more than just drive? Thanks for joining us on The Explainer.